Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Well, second week in October. I almost said November. Gosh, wishing the time away. So today we're talking about buyers and is it okay to offer less? Like in what circumstances is that acceptable in the market that we're in?
Yeah.
So I will start by saying our market is definitely not what it was a year or 2 years ago. It's definitely not as crazy where we're not seeing as many multiple offers right now. We're not seeing these crazy terms, super high over asking price, no inspections, all those things.
Right.
So it's not as nuts, but it's still competitive. So I think it's right place, right time. You need to lean into your agent. Your buyer's agent should be doing a CMA for you to tell you like this is overpriced or this isn't. And you know what? Sometimes it's not the house for you because I've had plenty where I'm like, oh, this is priced a little high and it sells for even higher. So that happens too. So, if you're somebody out there that's like, I'm not paying full price for a house because some people just have that mindset. It is just engraved in them that whether it's their parents taught them that or it's
Yeah.
just, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And be honest with your agent that you are never going to offer full price for a house. Even if it was your dream house, you're not paying full price. And then they can help guide you. So then in that instance, you should be looking at things that have been on the market 1, 2, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Those are the properties that are going to, if you need that reduction in from,
List.
asking price to offer price, if you need that to feel like you won or to satisfy you in some way, those are the houses you should be kind of gunning for. That should be in your wheelhouse. And our inventory is still low. There's not a lot out there, but there are houses that have been sitting. Those houses are out there. So if you're one that wants to give that a shot, then go ahead. And I know Lindsay's written offers under asking. Baby's awake.
Hello.
Oh, it's okay. You have long enough to keep her happy.
But it's sometimes we always say like we have to do it once. Like you have buyers that they just want to. And I tell people buyers will say the worst they can say is no. And I'm like, that's not the worst that can happen. The worst that can happen is not only they say no, but they're so pissed at you that even if you do come up, they don't want nothing to do with you. You're not serious in their opinion. That's the worst that can happen is now they don't take you seriously. Now you've insulted them. So, buying and selling is very emotional. So some of these sellers are very tied to their home. And when you come in with a low offer,
That's true.
out of the blue, it's insulting. So you need to, again, lean on your agent and decide that sweet spot if you're going to come in low. I will say, as agents, we can ask if they have any other offers. They are supposed to tell us if they have, other offers. Usually we will get a notice that we're in a multiple. So that, might change your opinion, but sometimes it doesn't happen. Sometimes it could be on the market 6 days and you think, oh, there's no other offers. You send yours, you're low while the seller's thinking about a counter because they're not going to accept your offer. They're going to counter, which is what we want. But another offer comes in.
Yeah.
So whenever, I tell people the longer we have to negotiate, the more doors you're leaving open for other buyers to come in and take this house from you. So,
and that agent is also alerting other people that have walked through the house. So you might think that saying another offer came in. It's true. They will alert everybody that had interest in that property, like, hey, we've got somebody that's interested in writing an offer. So everybody now runs to get their offers in. If they're using the same strategy.
Yeah, those buyers sitting on the fence.
Yeah.
So I will say, I can't stress it enough. This is why it's important to have an agent that's working for you, that's out there, boots on the ground, seeing houses. I can typically tell you if I think they're priced well. without even having to do a CMA. But I will always, go home from the showing. Hey, here's kind of a snapshot of the neighborhood. So I'm not going to do a full CMA, right? I mean, unless it's not in a neighborhood, but when we're talking about a subdivision, I can say, this is what the subdivision did in the last 12 months. Here's what things we're selling for. You can flip through them. I think they're priced, well within the range. And you have to realize that we're in a different market than we were years ago. And, we're seeing record numbers for our area. It just is what it is. It's been like this for years. So for those of you that are like hoping it's going to go down, I don't have a crystal ball, but I don't see that happening. We've levied out, everything instead of this fast incline is staying pretty stable. So I don't feel like I'm seeing things, every 30, 60 days go up in value like they were a few years ago, but it's maintaining. So we're not going to see it go down. So if you're like waiting for that, this is a good time because the numbers aren't doing this. I think when we see the rates go down and more buyers come to market, we will see the numbers start going up. Maybe not as drastically as we saw in the past, but we will see an incline. So right now our market is pretty level. The numbers aren't really shifting as much. We're seeing more price reductions because we have unrealistic sellers on market that still think it's 2 years ago and aren't, and then some sellers need that. They need that 30, 60 days on the market to be like, okay, you proved me wrong. I will adjust my price. So some people need that. So we're definitely seeing that. And that's, so sometimes if you look at a neighborhood, you might see a dip in numbers, but that's why, because they were listed here and here.
Right? Geographically, we're lucky that we're in the Midwest because our numbers are still strong, our market's still strong. If you were in Florida right now or Texas right now, they're seeing a slowdown.
People are taking big hits.
How you approach your offer is depending on the market as well. And let's not forget strategies that some agents use. Sometimes you see these agents more often lately coming out with a low list price. And you're like, why is the price so low? So they're getting multiple offers driving up the end price, right?
Right.
So
yeah.
Again, the importance of an agent. Your agent is going to be able to guide you.
100%. Just lean in on them, and some of us agents are a little more forthcoming than others. So there's some agents I can call that'll be like, oh, just send an offer. And other agents are like, you know what? No, we've been pretty slow. We'd love to see your offer. We'd love to work with you. Or some will say, you know what? Hey, just to be clear, I had a couple showings this week and they seem really interested too, but I don't have any other offers. So then that's just all helpful information. And, and keep in mind, if you're willing to do some other weird terms, like letting the seller stay there for an extra week, move slowly, be flexible with your closing. Maybe you're going to waive an inspection. Maybe you're not going to test for radon. Maybe you're going to put a cap on inspection requests. I won't ask for anything over this. Any of those other things that you can put in your offer to make it stronger also will give you better odds that maybe you can get a credit from the seller. Maybe you can get a little reduced price. So be flexible, be creative, and lean into your agent.
That's good.
I think that's about it.
That's good advice. It really is.
So if you're thinking of buying, if you're kind of out there struggling, we say this all the time, get your ducks in a row, reach out. We'll help you get in touch with a lender, reach out to Laura, kind of get a blueprint for where you're going, because, I'm thinking the rates are going to drop again. And if you are not ready, you will miss the boat. So you need to be ready. So let us help you do just that. But I think that's it. I don't know. So, all right. Well, bye. We will see you next week. Lindsay's mic's still off because her baby was crying.